Hey, I can't even. How am I gonna do this? The only way I can do this is just go ahead and read it. Okay, this is my book. It's called When the Man Looks at a Woman. Written in 2015, well published in 2015. I'm about to do a re-release of this book, but in the meantime, I was cracking up because there's no way to. This is not some. I didn't when I wrote this. I was not a pastor, so please forgive the, shall we say, explicit nature of certain things. Some text and some modes of expression are a little bit too strong. So therefore, this is not recommended for kids. However, the show must go on, and I'm gonna proceed to read the very. First of all, let me go into what this book is about because this is the first time I'm introducing this book this decade. To put it that way. It When a Man Looks at a Woman. I wrote this book for. This is the premise: two men are talking, and a woman is eavesdropping. So two men are talking very explicitly about what they feel about women, and another woman, a woman is eavesdropping this conversation. So it's written in a way that's very generous. Okay, it's generously written, and we're gonna unpack every crooks and nooks of this book. We're gonna get into it and really open it up. It's a flower. This book is a flower. It's a lotus flower. It's exciting for me because I've written it and it's written. So we have to. The Pandora's box is open. So what I'm trying to do is unpack it slowly. You know, it's gonna take me about a year to unpack this book. It's available at Amazon, Franq.com, Franq.com. But let me read the first. I want to read one chapter, just not a chapter, just one excerpt. It's not a very big book. It's only 142 pages. Let me see. Yeah, 142 pages, and but it has three main sections because there's the looks, your personality, and your lifestyle. Right. The book is written in this 3 volumes. So looks, personality, and lifestyle. Your looks refers to what men see when they look at you. They look at your body, your frame. Your physical nature is the first thing they encounter. And from that, they get into your personality, which is how you smile, how you speak, how you laugh, how you converse, what vibe they get when they're around you. That's your personality. The third part of what a man looks at when they look at a woman is your lifestyle. Men look at how you live, how you relate to things, how you explain things, how you your point of view on certain issues, politics, how you drink, if you smoke, if you do drugs, if you don't do drugs, if you pray, if you cook, if you're clean, your hygiene is good. These are the things that come later. These are the things that come after the man or woman has come into your space and met you in your own domain, right? They get to learn some things, how you deal with your mom, your dad, your family, your siblings, how you deal with your job, what your dreams are, your goals, your aspirations, your passions, your shortcomings, your flaws, your perfections, your imperfections, your attitude about certain things about life, the peculiar nature, what makes you unique, what is your USP, your unique selling point. These are things that your lifestyle reveals. Now, if the man looks at your looks, your personality, and your lifestyle, he decides on what to do with you based on those 3 things. But it all starts with your looks. So men are very visual. Men are also very visual. They say women are emotional, but men are very visual. And women are also very visual. So we look at the canvas. We study the canvas. We look at the body to see what's going on. Now, I want to make this always less than 10 minutes, for sure. And so, let me read the first part of this book. This book talks about, when it comes to looks, there are various headings and its various titles. You can see like the graphics. So let me read this. So it says, on the looks, it says this: when a man meets a voluptuous woman, when a man meets a supermodel type girl, when a man meets a woman with many kids. These are all titles. When a man meets an older lady, when a man meets a lady, when a man meets an expensive woman, when a man meets a poor woman. These are all separate topics within the section of looks. So I'll read when a man meets a voluptuous woman. I'm going to read that first. It's raunchy, it's racy, but I'll try to keep it clean because my channel is very clean, right? So if I'll try to avoid some words so we don't go too deep into what it is, right? But I will try and read this whole section as soon as possible. I'll read it within. Let me see. Make sure I'm not going over time on this. Okay, so when a man meets a voluptuous woman, when a man meets a big girl, it's all about real estate and greed. We have fantasies about big this and big that with the longest tongue. It's all very animalistic. We know it's merciless, but the truth is we want to vandalize a big girl. We know some man can't possibly give her enough to satisfy, but the thrill is in trying to bruise her walls and saw her this, right? And eat her face until she screams, stop. It's really not always about civilized, it's not about a civilized relationship, right? Yeah, we like the sodomy of it. So you can tell from the temperature of this book that I can't obviously go deeper into some areas, right? But not every man wants to be with a big girl. Some people like that sexual attraction, right? But from a healthy perspective, the long-term faithfulness, and this can be very contrived, right? But the truth is, the perspectives that have been explained in this book, what we try to do is open our eyes to different perspectives about how men feel about big women. I don't want to be too vulgar about it, but there's a level of greed that comes with that. I don't want to go too deep into reading word for word what's in here, but because that takes away from the art of the writing, and I don't want to take away from those that have read the book about the book. But in very simple terms, when a man looks at a big woman, there's a knowing in your system that says you can't possibly finish this. It's too much of a cow for you to finish. You can't finish all the beef on this thing. So you just take the best you can and leave the rest for later. A whole lot of rest, for later. So that's the truth you have to come to terms with. You can't possibly, anything above size 24 cannot be contained in one sitting, if you know what I mean. It requires multiple visitations to truly conquer such real estate. And so we have to leave it at that and not expand on it too much. All right, let me stop because I'm not trying to get in trouble. So but anyway, so